Welcome everybody, this is Chris. Chris is a cool dude. He jumped in his red car, put in his mountain bike and he's off to meet Adventure Trails on the second Adventure Trails group ride from the shop. Now Chris has definitely got the stoke. He can't wait to do his first ride at 417 Bike Park in Gloucester. Unfortunately, Chris was unaware that today's ride would have a dramatic effect on his life for the near future. Have a look.
Just the two of us. What are you doing here? I thought we'd left you at Forest of Dean. Well, spent probably about the last 2 months living off slugs and kind of water that's collected in like rocks and like little clefts in trees, thanks to you guys. And my wife thought I was dead. You left me just. Well, I don't know what you were playing at.
I know you before, mate. You're a mountain biker. I mean, the good news is, buddy, we're off to 417 Bike Park.
So, welcome to 417 Bike Park. We're here today on a group ride and we are really excited because we've never been here before. And what's a group ride without Ollie from the YouTube channel Bike and Beyond?
So off we go, guys, and this is the very first section of trail that everybody has to do. It goes down to the uplift, and I've got to say, this trail is good in itself. It definitely gives you an indication of the trails that you're going to be doing after you go up to the top of the hill. And here we come now, straight out of the woods, and there's the queue for the uplift. And here we are, like a bunch of camp ninjas.
You all ready?
So we're riding on board with Chris, and as Gaz said right at the start of the video, Chris is a good rider. He's perhaps the best rider in the group. And we're going down a blue route called Blue Raccoon. Now this is the first run of the day and we said we were going to take it easy just to learn the lay of the land and to see what the place was like. As you can see, Chris isn't really taking it easy. He's going down this trail like a stabbed rat, which unfortunately leads to this happening.
Oh man! No! Knees bad, like really bad.
As you've just seen, Chris hit the ground really hard. His knee and his elbow took the brunt of the force, and unfortunately he decided not to wear pads.
This is why you should wear knee pads, lads. My elbows.
A couple of us rode ahead to warn the first aiders that we'd had a nasty accident, whilst the rest of the group rode slowly behind Chris, just making sure he made it down off the trail.
Anyone working? No, okay. Hey buddy, we got quite a bad accident.
Did you get it on camera?
I did.
So at this point I want to give a massive shout out to Joe and Amy, the 417 staff that really looked after Chris. They wrapped him up, they made sure he was feeling okay in order for me to take him to Gloucester Royal Hospital. Well done, guys.
So we're on our second run up to the top on the uplift, while Gaz is on his way to A&E. Cut to Gaz in the van.
So we're on the way to Gloucester Royal and I'm with Chris, who's one of the better riders of the group.
That's now questionable.
But I was following Chris and I thought I was going quite quick to my standards, which ain't slow. I couldn't see Chris. What was going on?
The trail was going pretty well. It was flowing quite nicely. It was getting all getting quite loose over the rollers, and then all of a sudden the landed a bit sideways and got absolutely booked.
Yeah, like I said, we're on the way to Gloucester now. He's got 3 holes in his body that he didn't have before he started the ride today. So he's got a massive gaping hole in his knee, which is down to the kneecap, which I don't know if I can get away with showing it, but I will anyway. Yeah. His elbow looks like he's fractured his elbow, and a hole in his hand.
And there's one in my side as well.
Oh,
but that's less.
Is that less of a hole?
It's a less of a hole.
Oh, that ain't too bad.
So here we are back at the top of 417 Bike Park, and we're having another run down, this time on the other blue trail called Cheese Roller. As you can see, we're not really going as fast as we would normally be going down here. It's quite hard to get it out of your head when you've seen one of your friends have quite a heavy crash. I wonder how he's getting on in the hospital. Now this is a really good blue trail. It's really flowy. There's no features on here that are going to catch you out. There's no jumps or drops or anything like that. It's just berms and rollers. Occasionally you get a slightly harder option compared to the easier option. As you can see here, you can go up to the left where it's actually quite a big drop to flat, or you can just flow past it on the main trail. I wonder what's happening at the hospital. And we're right at the bottom of the trail now, and this is a really fun section. There's a series of 4 tabletops all together, and they get progressively bigger as you go on.
Okay guys, update. I've dropped Chris off at Gloucester Royal Hospital. I think there's a bit of a wait, so I'm going to go back, have a couple of runs, and then he's going to give me a call and we're going to take him home after. A pretty nasty accident, and what I've found, you know, when I was following him, I thought, my God, he's going quick. And for a first run, I think that's a little bit too fast to go. I think you've got to settle in. On the first blue run that we did, I'll put the name of the trail up here. They come up on you so quick. It's not like Bike Park Wales where everything's spread out a little bit and a little bit bigger. They come up on you so sharp, and I suppose if you learn the tracks, it'd be awesome. But it was that first run down there. I feel so sorry for the guy. He's now going to be off his bike for a while, which is one of the main things he enjoys, and it's summertime. It's crap. But the dangers of bike parks, unfortunately, these features and trails that bike parks make, they're designed to be a hell of a lot quicker. So just be very, very careful. I'm back. We're going to ride something new. We've taken Chris to the hospital. He's okay. We're going to pick him up later, take him home, watch the football. There's Ollie. There's Ben. See you on the trail. Yes, I'm back, and as Craig was saying earlier, I'm taking it easy. This is a trail called Dubby Skinner. Starts off with a tiny little road gap, which is no problem whatsoever. Flows a little bit, giving you a full sense of security, and then bam, automatically it sends you into a drop. You can roll round to the left, which is where I went on this one. Craig's first time, as you can see, he wasn't looking ahead. Naughty boy Craig. This trail is just so awesome. It gives you so many different choices and variations. It's totally down to you and totally down to your ability. You can completely roll over absolutely everything, or if you're absolutely crazy, you can do that gap jump on the right. Things start to speed up a little bit the further on down the trail that you go. You've got some beautiful sweeping berms, you've got great camera angles, and then bang, it hits you with this. Coming from that corner with speed, it bumps you straight into a rock garden. I was not expecting this. And this rock garden is a little bit gnarlier than it actually looks on the screen. Coming into the last part of the trail, the jumps get a little bit bigger, the lips get a little bit taller, but it's fantastic because everything is completely rollable and well within your control.
So this is our second red run of the day. This is one of my favourite trails here. There's a lot of good features on it. There's a good series of drops and tight twisty berms. My one criticism I've got of this bike park is a lot of the features are very close together, so if you take the wrong line into one feature, you've scrubbed off pretty much all of your speed ready for the next feature. You haven't got an opportunity to then build that speed up. That being said, these trails are very well made and very well maintained. It's just a case of choosing your lines wisely. Like this rock garden for instance, absolutely nailed the rock garden, flew down there, very tight turn at the bottom, so I got that line wrong on this particular occasion. This is a fun rock garden here. You can just release the brakes and let the bike do its thing. Wouldn't fancy doing that on a hardtail though. so we're still taking it quite easy at the moment. It's difficult getting it out of your head when you've seen somebody tumble quite early on in the day. Because of watching somebody crash earlier in the day and knowing that there's one of our group in hospital, I started making a few silly mistakes, like overshooting berms like this, and then just completely getting my lines wrong, going into other corners and other berms. And as you can see, I'm just losing all of my speed and scrubbing it all off. These jumps, although they're tabletops and it doesn't really matter if you land on top, they are a lot bigger in person than they are on camera. I tried to clear some of the bigger ones, and as you can see, it all went a little bit wrong. But I managed to stay on the bike, so that's a win.
Oh, I nearly did something really nasty twice then.
So our last run of the day, we decided to do a redemption run on Blue Raccoon, and this is the one that Chris had the accident on. We had an absolutely fantastic day at Bike Park 417, and to be honest, all the videos that we've seen of this place didn't give 417 justice. It's an incredible place to come.
Here it is, Chris's corner.
So the purpose to our visit to Bike Park 417 was actually a shop group ride. So I just want to put out there, thank you so much to everybody that turned up. We had a complete mixed bag of riders today, from beginners to intermediate, and to be honest, 417 catered for absolutely everybody. From the red technical trails that you could roll everything on, to the blue flowy trails, there was enough to do for the whole day. What an incredible place. What an eventful day at 417 Bike Park.
Gaz,
Yeah.
we've done it again. Where's Ben?
Oh, bloody yeah. I'm not going about that, mate.
Have we got his bike?
His bike's in with that.
That's alright.
Yes, that's good.
We've got to stop leaving him behind.
So we've had a fantastic day. 417 Bike Park. So it's a mixed bag of trails. So the blues are very flowy, very flowy, very enjoyable. The reds, they're a proper red, they're hard. Rock gardens and some big jumps.
Big jumps. There's the one red as well, I can't remember the name of the trail. There's quite a big drop, and at the bottom of the drop, it's quite a tight.
We should have gone that way.
We're going the wrong way. There's quite a big drop, and you do the drop, and you gain a lot of speed from it, and there's a berm right at the bottom.
Yeah, and the black it's a black. It's if you're not very confident in your bike, don't go down it. There's unavoidable obstacles, there's no roll rounds, and it's quite seriously steep. But if today's shown us anything, it's the fact if you do come to a bike park, regardless to how experienced you actually are, wear pads.
Definitely wear pads.
Definitely wear pads. Obviously you've seen what's happened to a friend of ours. It's not nice, and unfortunately he's now going to go for surgery because he's fractured his elbow. So it looks like he's going to be off his mountain bike for the summer, which is a pisser because that's his thing.
Get better, Chris, and hopefully we'll see you on the trail. Well, it won't be soon, but soonish.
Yeah. So if you like the video, like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.